All right, we're back for the second wheel spin of the day. Let's see what we're getting. Viewer brews. All right, so I'm going to need your help with this one, guys. If you have a brew that you think is interesting and you think we should play, link it in the chat. I will look them over and I will select the brew that I think is the most interesting and we'll play it on a future stream. But in the meantime, let's see what deck we're playing currently. Gruul Vehicles. All right, Gruul Vehicles, sometimes called boats, even though only one of the vehicles is a boat, is a hybrid aggro mid-range deck. So primarily named after the vehicles in the deck. So we have, of course, 8 mana elves to get going faster. Then we skip the 2-drops except for Bone Crusher Stomp. And then we, of course, have Bone Crusher, Fable, and then we have 2 cards that synergize with our vehicles. So we have Reckless Stormseeker, 3 mana 2/3, beginning of combat, target creature you control gets +1/0 and haste until end of turn. So you can either just haste itself for 3, or if you have a vehicle, you can play the vehicle, crew it, and then haste the vehicle. You can also just give power to one of your creatures if you are lacking the power to crew one of your vehicles. And then it flips into a 3/4 that is +2, trample, and haste instead when we're at nighttime. We've got Voldaren Thrillseeker, 3 mana 1/1, backup 2, so it can either enter with 2/+1 counters or it can put those +1 counters on something else. And it has 1 sack fling, or gives fling to the thing that it gives the counters for. Now, notably, backup targets, meaning if you want to back up one of your vehicles, you do have to crew it before resolving Voldaren Thrillseeker. But hey, you know, you can put like 2 counters on Sky Sovereign and then fling it at your opponent. Seems pretty good. Then there's, of course, Esika's Chariot. We're all familiar with this one. Sky Sovereign, we're all familiar with this one. And then 4 copies of the Akroan War, 4 mana. Gain control of target creature for as long as the Akroan War remains on the battlefield. Chapter 2, until your next turn, creatures your opponents control attack each combat if able. And Chapter 3, each tapped creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. So basically, Chapter 1, you're going to steal one of their creatures for 2 turns. Chapter 2, you're going to force all of their creatures to attack. And then Chapter 3, damage everything that attacked you. Remaining stuff over here is Gruul lands with 2 Besagus, 1 Den of the Bugbear, 1 Lair of the Hydra. You can also, aside from just having man lands, you can use them to crew your vehicles if necessary. Handwar Battlements as a 1/of to give haste to various things, including vehicles. And 4 copies of Mutavault. Again, more man lands that can also become creatures that can crew our vehicles. So that's the main deck of Gruul vehicles. Sideboard, Gigantha, because why not? Rending Volley and Fry. Cankerbloom. Another boat for the matchups where that's good. Unlicensed Hearse for graveyards. Reckoner Bankbusters for grindy matchups. And then 2 Gruul Charms. These are 2 mana instant. Creatures without flying can't block this turn, so you can use this to break the board stalls of like mono green or just other creature matchups. Gain control of all permanents you own. Probably almost never going to come up. And deal 3 to each creature with flying. That's relevant against spirits and maybe angels. Anyways, let's jump into the second league of the day with Gruul Vehicles. And we'll take a look at that list probably after the stream, Alta Biscuit. But I do love me some Taresian Mindbreaker. I tried to make that work myself and it didn't work out, but maybe you came up with some ideas I didn't. All right, we're on the play. Reveal Zejagantha. Well, that's not keepable. Mull that. All right, that is keepable. I don't want to put a land back, so I think, because I don't want to put either of the vehicles back either. So maybe it's Boat, and that gets me turn 1 Elf, turn 2 Voldaren, turn 3 Esika's Chariot. I got to put back something. All right, put back a Boat. As loath as I am to do that. Opponent also is on Gigantha. All right, Copperline, Elf, go. Fabled Passage. Fabled Passage. So maybe Rakdos Sack? That would be my best guess. All right, so let's go Voldaren Thrillseeker, and then we're just going to target itself because I need to keep using the Elf to tap. Give the counters to itself. Opponent fetches, grabs a Plains. All right, not Rakdos. Forest, Sylvan Caryatid. Okay, so it's like a BTL. I guess it's a BTL deck that just has Gigantha in it. All right, land, and then I guess I just attack with Voldaren. They're not going to block, so that's fine. Swing. Damage to go to 17. Play Chariot. Tapped Rogren Triome. So they do have the mana for Leyline Binding if they want to use it. Leyline costs 2, and they have 3 mana. So this Akroan War is not doing anything with Caryatid in play. All right, I guess if they binding, I just Besage in response. So land, so crew this, Leyline Binding, Targets that. Just kill it. Kill Leyline Binding. I guess I could have gotten more cats out of it, but I do just want to attack right now. Also, BTL decks play sweepers, so let's just like get the damage in while we can. All right, tapped black land. So then this resolves. This resolves. Combat. Swing here. Make a copy of the cat token. Opponent is blocking. That leads me to believe they have a sweeper. All right, Gigantha, go. All right, opponent cannot beat this board apparently. So sideboarding versus what I assume is Bring to Light. So that means I want to kill Omnath, which means Rending Volley / Fry. Also possible that they have Niv Mizzet. Probably they don't have anything to Bone Crusher kill. So Bone Crusher is just a 4/3. Also, the Akroan War seems pretty bad in this matchup. Maybe it can steal something, but oftentimes it's not going to steal anything. So let's cut at least 3 of those. Boat also doesn't seem great. I'm assuming Boat really can't like kill anything in this matchup. So I probably want Bankbuster to try to grind through their stuff. Maybe I don't want Akroan War at all, but they have to have some kind of threat that I can steal. And then a Bone Crusher. So something along those lines, I think. All right, let's run that. Should I have brought in Cankerbloom to kill Leyline? It's only 1 card in their deck, though. All right, this is good. Turn 2 Fable. Opponent plays tapped Indotha Triome. All right, shock this in. Play Llanowar Elves. Go. Rogren Triome. All right, they got Leyline mana up now. Yep, so they're just going to Leyline or Elf. Sure. All right, play Bankbuster. Pass the turn. So another Triome. All right, probably correct to just play Fable here. So play Fable, which resolves, and then back to them. So now if they play Omnath, I can just kill it. Rafine's Tower tapped. Black and green. Abrupt Decay on Fable. Sure. Could play Bone Crusher and crew this. It's probably better to play Chariot and crew this. All right, shock this in. Play Essica's Chariot. Trigger, make cats. Crew this. Then go to combat. Swing with both of these guys. Make a treasure. And then I am going to decline to play Elvish Mystic here. The mana's temporary anyway, and so it's not really going up mana. And it better insulates me from sweepers if they just sweep the board. It also lets me leave up Rending Volley in case they play like Omnath or something. White, blue, and red. And green. And black. BTL. Gotta be BTL. Bring to Light. What are we bringing for? Deafening Clarion to sweep the board. Sure. Alright, so back to us. This copies any token, right? So I can copy the treasure. So play Bone Crusher. Then crew Chariot. Then attack. Copying the treasure token. And I guess I'm going to keep passing. Yeah, because now I want to just draw with Reckoner. So I'm going to spend as few treasures as possible. White, blue, red, green, Omnath. Trigger on the stack, Volley. All right, they draw with Omnath. Fabled Passage. Fetch with Fable. Gets Plains. Black and white. Plays Valky on the front side. All right. So they'll take an elf, and then it's gone until this leaves, right? Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and spend the treasures to draw with Bankbuster. Land. I can besage you this. That's not relevant. All right, crew Bankbuster. Or not crew Bankbuster. Activate Bankbuster. Thrill Seeker. I'm 1 mana short of being able to fling the Chariot. Oh, they only get the ability until end of turn, though. So, and I'm short of being able to crew this as well. I guess I can put the counters on Bone Crusher as well. What gets lethal on them faster? I guess just holding this, because then it can fling itself or anything else next turn. All right, let's just attack with Bone Crusher. Swing. They're blocking. So do they just have a sweeper? All right, let's play this. Let's play the elf, and then let's just pass. All the colors for BTL. Niv Mizzet. All right. So they can't grab any lands with it. So these are all not viable. And they can't grab Leyline, so it's either Dreadbore or Kolaghan's. Dreadbore. So Dreadbore, Decay, Verse. They have the mana for Verse. They don't have the mana. They have the mana for Verse and Decay. All right. So Bone Crusher, what do I do here? I can haste the Thrill Seeker. So let's see. I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Haste Thrill Seeker. Crew Chariot. Attack with both. If I do that, then they just kill Chariot. Exile target mono-colored permanent, which is everything I have. Abrupt Decay can't kill the Chariot, at least. So, crew this here. I do have to force them to kill or block it. Oh, they're just going to do it now? Sure. All right, so now that that's over with, I can go... I have to crew Bankbuster, or I can just play another Chariot. Chariot, don't have enough. Voldaren, put counters on... I can't put him on Bankbuster because I have to crew it. So it's probably better to just play Chariot and pass the turn. Yeah, so new Chariot trigger. And then I need to be mana efficient. So play this, play an elf. And then I'm just gonna activate Bankbuster on their turn to draw another card. So these and 2 unknowns. More all the mana stuff. Bring to light. What are we doing? Deafening Clarion. So can't block this anyway. So sure. Wait, did they not choose both modes? They didn't choose both modes? Huh. All right, activate Bankbuster. Then back to us. Abrupt Decay doesn't hit Chariot. So they have to Abrupt Decay the Bankbuster before I crew it, basically. Because otherwise it can just crew the Chariot. All right, crew. Crew Bankbuster. Crew the Chariot with the Bankbuster. Abrupt Decay on Pilot. Okay, sure. Opponent be dead. Thrill Seeker. Back up on Chariot. Combat. Swing. Opponent takes 6. Fling it. All right. Match 1 down. On to round number 2. On the play for round 2. This hand's capable. Obviously really bad if they kill our elf on turn 1. All right. Forest, elf, go. Plains. Dauntless Bodyguard. All right. Okay, so Bone Crusher is the least mana efficient card here, and I do want to be able to kill other things if possible. So I think the best play is Reckless Stormseeker. Then we can kill something else if it's a problem. Target itself and attack. Opponents at 17, back to them. Mutavault. Coppercoat Vanguard. All right, I will Bone Crush that. No attacks. I just attack them again, and then if they block with Dauntless, I just shoot Bodyguard. Yeah. All right, go to combat. Target itself. Swing. All right, super blowout time. Kill that. Back to them. Ossification. Are they going to take our elf or our guy? They're taking our guy. All right. Another land. Probably needs to be red. And then let's just play another Reckless. Combat. Target itself. Swing with both. So they're at 13. Plays Coppercoat. They actually don't have any good blocks except for our elf. So let's go Bone Crusher. Go to combat. Target Bone Crusher. Then swing here. So no blocks. They go to 6. Play another elf. Back to them. Third land. Adeline. No attacks. So Adeline's a 3/4. All right, so I can just play Sky Sovereign and kill Coppercoat Vanguard and then attack them again. So Sky Sovereign, blow up Vanguard. Yeah, all right. Sideboarding. I want all the burn and the other Sky Sovereign, and I don't want probably these guys because I just want to fling stuff at them. And a Crowan War is good. I don't know how good. I'm inclined to cut either War or Stormseeker. Also, we are on the draw here, so maybe Fable is the worst card in terms of stabilizing. I don't know. Let's cut one of the Wars. I guess these guys are just 3/3s that can block and they shoot stuff, so maybe that's wrong. Maybe I should be shaving stuff. Like shave this, shave a Fable, and get rid of this, but still have some Crowan Wars left over. Yeah, that looks better. All right, submit. They play Ossification and Portable Hole, so these guys are actually useful. Again, I do probably just want to trade with a bunch of their stuff. They're like bad on curve though. All right, let's try that. Hands, great. Elves into Fable/Rending Volley. Excellent hand. Plains, no plays. So let's shock this in. Play elf. Go ahead. Mutavault. Portable Hole or elf. Sure. All right, so play this, play an elf, then just pass with Rending Volley up. Another Portable Hole, very well. That's it. All right. Well, now that the Portable Holes are used up, let's play Stormseeker or Fable. Stormseeker's better into Fable. Just play Stormseeker, go to combat, swing. Coppercoat Vanguard. All right, yeah, I guess let's steal that. Or I can just go Fable plus Rending Volley. Yeah, let's do that. So kill this. Fable, trigger, go to combat. Give the Shaman haste, swing, and back to them. Yeah, it seems like they're borked on lands. All right, on to round number 3. So it seems like Gruul vehicles just beats up on other aggro decks. On the draw for round 3. All right, hand's great. Elf into Fables, keep. All right, Nykthos time. Oath of Nissa, Nykthos. All right, Forest, Elf, go. This Crowan War is going to come real handy. Opponent plays Nykthos. Wolf Willow on Lair. Crag Crown, play Fable, then back to them. They did nothing? Huh. All right, well, I'm going to discard 2 lands, so discard these 2. Copperline. Best move here is probably Essica's Chariot, so go to combat, swing, because I'm going to make a treasure token anyway, and play Essica's post-combat. All right, back to them. How do they have 2 lands Wolf Willow into nothing. No Kioras, and then I guess they're missing triple green for Troll or Polukranos, but they also don't have any Mana Elves. All right, so they just borked there. Mono green. Let's see. So what's good here? Sky Sovereign can kill elves, although by then it's pretty late. It can also just kill Karn. Pretty good at killing Kiora as well. Gruul Charm, if they gum the board up with a bunch of stuff, I'll probably want that to just force through all of my attacks. Cankerbloom can destroy Wolf Willow Haven, any artifact that they go find. So all of these are good. So what is not good? All right, well, Sky Sovereign's fine. I probably don't need to board into another one. I probably just shave on a bunch of stuff so that I have, like, the same kind of effects running around. So, like, shave an Essica's Chariot, shave a War's really good against them. Shave one of these. Bone Crusher kills elves, but that's it. Shave that. What else? I'm inclined to go down to 2 Sky Sovereigns. I don't know if that's right, though. Stormseeker is really good for just, like, getting in there super fast. Although it gets blocked by a lot. All right, let's just shave a bunch of stuff and do this. There's an argument for Hearse to try to take, like, storms out of their graveyard, but if Storm is in their graveyard, that means one of 2 things has occurred. Either they stormed already, or they cavaliered into it. In which case, I probably want something else that's not Hearse. All right, hand's fine. We obviously need Fable to filter into, like, actually good cards, but turn 1 elf into Fable's good. Keep the Seiju into an elf. All right, Copperline into an elf. 2 mana, Wolf Willow on this. Oh, their hand must suck. Yeah, they don't have another land. All right, Fable, and then pass to them. All right, so they found the second land. So Kiora untaps that, and they play a Troll, draw, and now our Shaman doesn't have a good attack. Reckless Stormseeker. All right, so discard 2 lands. So this one and this one. Another Fable Stomping Ground. Well, I guess we're going with another Fable and play Stomping Ground tapped and go. Another land, so they have 6, 7 mana. All right, here comes the Storm. Stormed into Cavalier and Karn. Pretty good. All right, what'd they hit? Didn't find Nykthos, but they have 2 Storms in the yard now. 2 mana. Another Wolf Willow. So what are they going to Karn for? 3, 6, 9, 10. Cityscape Leveler. Ooh, Sky Sovereign. All right, so triggers. I'm definitely discarding a land. I think I keep everything else, though. What is my move here? So Sky Sovereign kills this, and then they still have Kiora. Alternatively, I go land, Stormseeker. Stormseeker can give haste to this, but then I don't have the mana for Gruul Charm, so I go Stormseeker. Okay, so I go Stormseeker, Reflection copies Stormseeker, Combat. One of the Stormseeker, so the Stormseeker that came in gets haste, the other Stormseeker hastes something else, or pluses something else. I attack. Then with the treasures, oh no, I can't activate the treasures because Karn's in play. So I go Stormseeker, don't do anything with Reflection, give haste to itself, attack with it and the Shamans, Gruul Charm, they can't block. Karn dies, Kiora goes to 1. So I'm definitely discarding Stomping Ground and not the land and not any of the other cards. I do need an answer to Leveler though, because regardless of whether I kill Kiora or not, they still have Leveler next turn. I guess they have, what, 3, 6, 7? So they could be short, but any land gets them there anyway. Although killing Kiora, I don't actually have to kill Karn, right? I just have to put Karn to 1, so it can't activate again. So I kill Kiora, put Karn to 1. Boat also kills the elf. All right, let's just discard a land. A Crow and War is so good. Okay. So if I just steal Cavalier, then, all right, I'm definitely playing this. Steal Cavalier, swing everything. I have to attack in a very specific way, right? So Cavalier attacks Kiora, the Shamans, and Elf. No, one of the... there's no way that I can attack to where Kiora dies off and Karn gets killed. So I think it is better to just hold a Crow and War for now. And then if they manage to resolve Leveler, I just steal it. All right, so Reckless Stormseeker. So yeah, I go with my original plan. Gruul Charm, creatures without flying can't block. Go to combat, haste itself. This attacks Karn. This one attacks Kiora. And this one attacks Kiora. So then I get both of their planeswalkers off the board. Or I get Kiora off the board and Karn can't do anything. Karn is still shutting off my treasures, but they can't go fetch another thing with it. All right, they found the land for Cityscape Leveler anyway. So I imagine here they what? They level Reflection, and then I can steal Leveler. Boat, not playing Leveler. Boat kills this, or this. All right, this one. Old Growth Troll. So they just have Leveler in hand. Yeah, so animate that? Sure. So the problem is if I war now, then Leveler kills the war and they get their thing back. So I can play Sky Sovereign, which guarantee kills Karn. I can also haste it and kill the elf. That seems pretty good. Yeah, let's do that. So Sky Sovereign comes down. Have to kill Karn so I can crew it. Karn dies. And then crew... I guess it doesn't matter because I'm not attacking with anything else anyway. So crew at these, and then go to combat, trigger, target boat, swing with boat, trigger, kill elf. And then if they want to trade boats, that's fine. Okay, they block with Cavalier, sure. What are they putting back on top? Storm, I guess? Yeah, Storm back on top, sure. So now they get to crew boat, kill one of these. Storm, Kiora, and Karn. All right, sure, opponent. Doing my best here to fight back against the Nykthos bad guy of the format. So what do they do here? They have access to 4 mana. All right, so crew the Sky Sovereign via Karn. They can attack and kill Reflection or Reckless Stormseeker. Presumably it'll just be Reflection though. No, Stormseeker. All right. I'm probably just forced to use a Crowan War now. They are, I guess, short on mana to be able to leveler. Untaps the boat with Kiora. So I can steal their boat, but this doesn't give the boat haste, right? I just steal it. So I steal the boat. Then what? Steal the boat, make a copy of Shaman, attack. They just block 2 of the Shamans, and then what? Then they can leveler, blow up a Crowan War. They get the boat back. I don't know what to do. Can't copy boat with Reflection. It's legendary. Let's see. Crowan War, steal an Old Growth Troll. Old Growth Troll attacks. If they block it, at least it doesn't come back to them. I can copy the troll, so I go, a Crowan War, steal your troll, copy troll, then attack with troll, troll, shaman, shaman, and send 6 at each walker. They can block 2 of each, they can block 1 of them, and then all their guys survive. Or I send multiple at just 1 walker. I don't even know what I would do in that case. I send 2 trolls at Karn, plus a shaman, or plus like all the shamans at Karn, or just like everything at Kiora. Probably just get Karn off the board, right? Just everything at Karn. Then that's... They can block a troll and block shaman. It dies. They can block... All right. I can't think of anything better to do than that, so that's what we're doing. Crowan War. Steal troll. All right, I can't attack with the troll either. It doesn't get haste. I keep forgetting that. All right, copy troll. Go to combat. I guess the plan doesn't change. I'm still throwing everything at Karn. It's so weird that this threaten effect doesn't give haste. Every other threaten effect gives haste. All right, well... I'm pretty sure we're just dead here. They get to play leveler and attack with the Sky Sovereign, so that means we're going to lose our Reflection, and it means they probably just level the war, get their troll back. Yeah, so mana with Kiora, and they just level us. Like, I kept debating, like, am I supposed to hold this for the leveler, but they spent multiple turns not playing it, and then I'm just in a position where it's like, well, if I don't just cast a Crowan War now, like, what else am I doing? I guess I'm just not supposed to, though. Just hold a Crowan War for this. Ooh, and they found Nykthos. Yeah, all right, there's no way we can win. Let's just... Are they short, but they can Kiora to untap? Oh, and Cavalier? Yeah, there's absolutely no way we can win. Let's just concede. All right, so... Bone Crushers feel pretty garbage here, but Stormseekers actually feel really good. The Hearses are still, I don't think, actually good. All right, let's run that. Trying so hard for hero vehicles to defeat the villain that is green. All right, well, we're on the play this game. We are an aggro deck. We're just not as fast of an aggro deck. All right, got a curve. We're keeping. Copperline, Elf, go. Layer the Hydra. Their own Elf. All right, play Voldaren, Thrillseeker. Target itself, pass to them. And then next turn, I don't think it's correct to use Voldaren to kill the Elf. So, unless they brick on lands here, but I doubt it. Finds another Elf. Second land, plays another Oath. They're 100% just going to play this Elf, right? Old Growth Troll, which they can just play next turn. Yeah. So it's Chariot or just shoot an Elf, but even if I shoot an Elf, then they just play Troll, and then I'm in the same position. I guess the worst is if they untap, play a third land, and play Cavalier. Yeah, all right, let's just play Chariot. Maybe I'm supposed to cut Chariot and leave Bone Crusher in, since this definitely doesn't feel good. Like, the Chariot can't even attack the Troll, because the Troll just trades with it, and then they get more mana. Well, they have a Cavalier anyway. So I have no attacks. They bricked on land, but they did get 2 storms in their graveyard. So I guess I can what? I can crew the Chariot, attack. If they block, I can shoot it, and then the Cavalier dies, and they just get Storm back in their top of their deck, and then they just cast Storm next turn. Yeah, that doesn't seem great. Like, crew, attack, make a cat. They block. Then before damage, we have to shoot it. Or after, I guess after damage. So the Thrillseeker Well, the Thrill Seeker can't even attack because they can just block the Thrill Seeker, and then their Cavalier won't even die. So then we shoot Cavalier, it triggers, they put Storm back on top of their deck, and then they Storm, which I suppose they might brick on Storm. What's the alternative? I just don't do that, and then they put Old Growth Troll into play guaranteed, or do something even worse. All right, I guess that's what I'm doing. Crew here. Do I swing with this? If they choose to block this, am I just shooting an elf, and then they only have 4 mana? I guess that's what I'm doing. Yeah, all right. Combat, swing, swing, copy a cat token. All right, which one are you blocking? Sure. So damage, they go to 14, then we shoot this. Cavalier triggers. I have to assume they're going to put Storm back on top. Yeah, so put Storm back on top. Play Fable, and then pass. All right, what are we storming into? Oh, they have a Nykthos. Oh yeah, they can play Troll and still activate Nykthos and storm off. Cool. All right. All right, what are we hitting? Cavalier and Chariot. Well, it was pretty bad for us. Hi. So this is their board, and they have 2 storms in the yard. All right, definitely discarding with the Fable. Discard these. Stormseeker Elf. That is horrible. All right, well, we have nothing to do. So, yeah. Land. Let's get Gigantha. And let's play this guy. And then we're not doing diddly. So, pass it back to them. So their devotion is 10 right now. So Nykthos alone gets them to Storm. And then they still have 2 left over. Oh, they still have 4 left over. How was the Mono Green League? We went 3-2. We lost to mulling to 6 and 5, and then just borking on anything to do against humans. And we lost to creativity with Gear Hulk. Oath and Kiora. Kiora gets to untap the Nykthos. They get to Storm again. I don't know what I could even get at this point that would get me out of this. I guess I could draw Gruul Charm, and they can't block with anything. All right, flashback the Storm. What's being hit this time? Does Gruul Charm even do it? I get to attack for 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12 damage. I guess I get to play Gigantha and haste it, so no, but then I don't have enough mana to cast Gruul Charm. A second Kiora and Pelucranos. So draw 2 cards and then get another untap on the Nykthos. I know you said that modern card design philosophy is very problematic, and I for one agree. With that said though, what era of card design philosophy do you think was best and should be returned to? I personally argue for Cons or Origins. I think the 4 sets being 1 low power core set, 1 high but not too high, main set, and 2 medium-low expansion sets is ideal. What do you think? I'm obviously going off of memory here because, so I don't have like hard data. It's just feeling. But what I feel is I remember having the most fun with the game during Cons and during RTR. I think those are pretty good representations of fun, engaging play patterns and the appropriate power level. Anyway, we just lose now, right? Karn loops and then we lose the game. Cityscape level, yeah, we don't even get to untap, so even if we untap, we're still losing. All right, on to round number 4. Although, so Cons and RTR, so that's for standard. Pioneer didn't exist back then. Modern, I would have to think about, but I guess Modern was mostly fine during that period. The best period of Modern was probably sometime post-twin banning, minus any like egregious Hogak era or Eldrazi era stuff somewhere in there. So this hand's obviously like nothing great, but it does have double elf into Crowan War plus manlands. I have fond memories of Ravnica Time Spiral standard. I don't remember any standard sets being completely busted and ridiculous until War of the Spark. Now I know there were problems before then with like vehicles, energy, etc., but at least those problems were isolated to specific standard formats. It didn't creep their way into older stuff. All right, Voldaren Epicure means this is Boros Convoke. So, all right, play this, play another elf, and then we just pass. I don't know how good this hand is against the Convoke deck. Esika's Chariot's pretty decent here. Second Den of the Bugbear. Forbidden Friendship. Yeah, I can't imagine you wouldn't attack. Like, I'm not going to block you with my elves. Although, maybe I will block you with an elf. So next turn, I'm just playing Esika's Chariot. It keeps them off 1 creature for their Convoke stuff. I have plenty of mana. I should block 1 of them. All right, back to us. So let's play Chariot. Then back to them. I too argue Cons. RTR is also good, but Ravnica sets have the very easy to fall into pitfall of making too many Mega Bombs or Mega Duds. My favorite era of Standard was actually War Standard. You enjoyed forgetting your opponent's static abilities on the Planeswalkers and then getting screwed over by them? Because that happened a lot when Narset and Teferi came out. All right, so we can steal the Loxodon. So play that tapped, play a Crowan War, steal the Loxodon, Then the Loxodon crews the chariot. Then we go to combat, attack with everything. And the chariot copies a cat. And then back to them. And my favorite era, Modern Era, was the first week of Modern Horizons 1 before people actually realized what was good out of it. All right, we won. Yeah, it seems like vehicles just absolutely preys on other aggro decks. So Sky Sovereign, all the burn spells that kill their 4/4s. And then what is bad here? Like, not anything, actually. Potentially these guys. They're not big enough to actually kill the 4/4s. So these 4 dudes, and then what else? All of these are good. All of these are good. I guess Reckless Stormseeker on the draw. One of those. Yeah. Thing is, Magic Design was fairly stable for a while after the original Mirrodin bans. There was only one series of standard bans between then and Kaladeath Witch with Jace and Stoneforge out of Worldwake. I think the best standard format was Dominaria standard personally, but I'm biased because I think a format where red deck wins is the best deck is the best kind of format. This hand's good. Keep. Battlefield Forge. Plays Voldaren Epicure. Alright. Boseiju, Elf. Pass the turn. Terramander, Curious Obsession, OP. Yeah, no format where Curious Obsession is a deck is a fun format. Forge Devil. No! The tech. I guess I'm bone crushing one of these creatures then, so they have less for Convoke. Alright. Yeah, I'm supposed to do it now. So let's stomp. I guess it doesn't matter which guy. I have 2 more stomps plus Rending Volley, so I just need to kill everything. Alright. I'm not arguing it was healthy, it's just liked War a lot. Definitely a lot of Arena was huge at the time bias. Invasion of Gobakon. And then they can't take all the removal spells out of our hand, so I'm not sure which one they'll take here. Like one of the Bone Crushers maybe, just so that we can't back to back to back cast Bone Crusher or cast Stomp. True 2, Kaladesh effed it all up. They took Reckless Stormseeker. War Standard looked miserable when you had big Tef Legal and Esper Control was everywhere. Hit their invasion. All right, play this tap, just murder this immediately, and then back to them. Thraben Inspector, make a clue. Voldaren Epicure, then back to us. I can kill both of their creatures, and then they're just left with 2 mana, but it's probably better to get Elf out. So stomp the white one, then play Elf, and go. And I will actually trade with this if they attack. I'm super biased because I played Mono Blue Tempo, which Mega preyed on them. Yeah, you're just all about the blue Curious Obsession decks, right, Ocean Rain? Attack? Oh yeah, snap block that. Keep all your small guys off the board. Keep Invasion from flipping. Back to us. Mutavault. Fable's better than casting anything else here, so Fable, and then back to them. It's also the first and only time I've qualified for higher level events by teching Lazatep Plating and Mu Yanling. Opponent rummages the blood, discards Knight Errant. Very fond memories of War Standard, but I don't know if I'd still enjoy it today. Funnily enough, though, pretty much immediately after all my good faith towards MTG and WotC died with Eldraine and Hogak, and I have never truly had a good time with 60-card Magic. I assume you mean after that. Knight Errant, they get to pick one drop, right? Look at the top 16 reveal up to 2 creatures, where X is the number of creatures. Wait, don't you only get... Look at the top 6. You may reveal up to 2 with mana value X or less from among them. Oh, okay, so it's... Yeah, all right. Let's see. The Mutavault is not helpful here. I guess what am I doing? So I'm going to Rending Volley this, and then I don't have red mana. No, I have red mana with the treasure. So then I'm left with sort of multiple red mana next turn. I guess like if I draw Sky Sovereign, I would want that more than this land. So let's discard Mutavault. All right, another Boseiju was horrible. So kill this thing, and then I need to not activate anything else. So let's just attack with the Shaman, make a treasure, hit them for 2, and then play Bone Crusher or Reckless. I guess just Bone Crusher. Red here, this one, this one. Back to them. I just end up always playing blue Curious Obsession decks. My actual preferred is It decks, but I'm always priced out, and Mono Blue is cheap. My favorite archetype overall is It Prowess, but it's currently hard to win with it in every format. Funnily enough, the only success I've had is teching in Curious Obsession in Pioneer and slapping it on a Swift Spear. So they played both of these, and then they revealed Reckless Bushwhacker. All right, so Fable flips over. So then, okay, Mountain. I can't attack with this anymore. Let's go Reckless. Oh, right, the Reckless costs 5. That's the one they took. So I can just play 2 Bone Crushers then? All right, I guess let's do that. Bone Crusher, float green, play another Boseiju. Did I play a land already? And I don't remember. I thought I didn't. Huh. All right, well, in that case, should have just played Reckless. I guess I'm just not doing anything, and I'm passing it back to them, even though they have a Bushwhacker in their hand, but whatever. Blue-Red Prowess is good in Historic, but that isn't a real format. Aw, come on, they got more Convoke guys. Another Knight Errant. Resolute Reinforcements and Clarion Spirit. All right, we're going to get buried in board state, unfortunately. Resolute Reinforcements. Yeah, all right. Another Bone Crusher. I guess I want to save that for Clarion Spirit. So let's see. Let's play another Bone Crusher. Then I guess I just pass it back to them. Try to present a board that's bad enough for them to attack into that they don't want to surge. I refuse to play with alchemy cards. I actually do run a 1/2 Symmetry Sage in my Pioneer build because it's still an actually decent pseudo prowess creature with evasion, which is rare, but I haven't played that deck since Anime Spectral Sailor became a thing and I full tilt started playing Spirits. So their hand is Clarion Spirit, Bushwhacker, 1 unknown card. I just love playing cheap spells and Teamer Battle Rage. TBR is probably my top 10 favorite cards overall. Clarion Spirit. So I can't interact before that triggers, but I can at least kill it this turn before it keeps getting more and more stuff. I guess if they bushwhack, they're going to haste it anyway, so it's fine to just kill that. Although, it's probably better to just reflection copy a thing. All right, yeah, so bushwhacker, everything gets haste. I assume they will attack with everything. Opponent very, very slowly attacking with everything. 1 at a time. So they're leaving enough back so that they don't die on the hit on the swing back. All right, copy Bone Crusher. Block here, here, here. This dies no matter what it blocks, so block here, block. White creatures are more important to block, although whatever, doesn't matter. Block here. And then we take 2, 4, 6. We retain 2 Bone Crushers and Reflection. Is everything attacking me or is any of them attacking Invasion? This Spirit's attacking Invasion. Okay. So I take 4, 2, 4, and then just take 4 because this is hitting this. So I don't actually have to block everything like this. So this leaves me with what? Bone Crusher, copy Bone Crusher. They have 2 blockers. So I don't actually have to block all out like this. 4, 9. I can refuse to block here and instead block here. And I take 7 and go to 4. All right, so let's do that. Block. But bam, a bunch of stuff happens. That flips over. I unfortunately don't have a legendary to besage you this right now, but all right, so end of turn. So copy swing, that's 8 damage from Bone Crusher alone, because they have 2 blocks. Block, copy Bone Crusher, 8 damage. 2 more with this Bone Crusher. So if I can't play this without spending all my mana. So if I animate Mutavault, attack with I animate Mutavault, copy Bone Crusher, attack with everything. They block 2 Bone Crushers, they take 10, and then I just stomp them and they're dead. All right, copy a Bone Crusher, animate Mutavault, combat, attack with everything. Block, go to damage. They're at 2, stomp you. All right, we won. On to round number 5. I haven't touched Modern in a while. Does Death Shadow still play Teamer Battle Rage? Is Death Shadow even still a deck? Oh, you sweet summer child. Teamer Battle Rage. That's amusing. You think Teamer Battle Rage is a playable Modern card at this point? Holy ass, I just realized Reflection of Kiki-Jiki isn't legendary. Why the frog isn't it legendary? By the way, for anyone wondering, I did not censor myself. That's actually what he wrote in the chat. Because then you can flip 2 reflections, and you can copy them back and forth on the end step to make a bajillion reflections. Death Shadow is still a deck. Oh, another Boros Convoke deck. All right. Death Shadow is still a deck. Teamer Battle Rage is not still a card, though. Copperline, play Elf, go. Death Shadow still shows up, but not Teamer Battle Rage. Not that it couldn't. Cycle a Blood, discarding a land. Play with Fire or Elf. All right. I guess I'm stomping this Burning Tree then. Although it is possibly better to just... it's fine, yeah. I guess that... No, this is Atarka Red, not Boros Convoke. So pass it back to them, and then my plan is Bone Crusher this, then play Bone Crusher, then play Chariot. Implement of Combustion. Sure. Surge Bushwhacker. All right, stomp this one. We're at 14. Ooh, Sky Sovereign. All right. Cast Bone Crusher. Back to you. Grixis Death Shadow is probably tier 1 right now, but not with Battle Rage. Yeah. I'm not sure if not making Reflection Legendary was an oversight or a conscious choice so it can't discount the channel lands that were printed in the same set. Yeah, who knows. All right, let's block Bushwhacker. If they spend their last card as a burn spell, that's fine. Yeah, sure. Oh, they're pointing it at us, not Bone Crusher? That seems awfully presumptuous of you, opponent. I do unfortunately have to shock here, but what are you going to do? Shock this in, Chariot. Let's see, if they draw a land, they can animate Den of the Bugbear. It's probably correct not to attack right now and wait till next turn. Experimental Synthesizer. This gets Prowess. What do they exile? Another Swift Spear. Swift Spear. They can't afford to attack. Yeah, all right. I don't want to have to shock. Ugh. Is it better to shock or is it better to a Crowan War steal their guy? Probably a Crow and War, so I don't have to take more damage. All right, let's go with Crow and War, Steel Swift Spear, and then I should Crew Chariot. So crew this one, combat, swing here, copy the cat token, play this tapped, and then go. So I have 4 blockers, so I think we're good. Down to the Bugbear on top, and they make a Samurai. Play the Bugbear, and then they don't have any good attacks, so back to us. Crow and War triggers, they now have to attack into us on their turn. So let's go Boat. I guess we trigger Prowess. Target the Samurai token. The heck, they have Stoke the Flames? Okay, Stoke the Flames it is. Well, 0 chance I attack now. I guess let me think. If I want to crew, I go Bone Crusher, crew this, make another cat, and I have 5 blockers. That should be enough. So crew this one, combat, just swing with this, make a cat. All right, we're dead to any burn. But if they don't draw a burn, then we win. Ramanop Ruins. All right, let's see. These are not useful. Most of this is not useful. Atarka Red. If I bring in a boat, what do I cut? I think I just don't bring in a boat. I think I just keep everything the same, actually. Yeah, submit. I remember the good old days when Burning Tree Emissary was considered too good. Was unironically talked about as too good. We were so naive. All right, keep this hand. Copperline. Elf. Pass the turn. Stomping Ground. Forge Devil. All right, Forge Devil. Ooh, Mutavault. All right, pass the turn. Although if they just attack, then that represents burn, and then animating Mutavault's really bad. Well, they're an Epicure. Trigger. Mountain. No attacks. All right, good. So land, Thrill Seeker, target itself. Back to you. And then next turn, Atarka's Chariot, and that should be enough to stabilize. Swift Spear. We're getting bushwhacked. There's Roast. Okay, no. All right, take damage. Land, Chariot. Make 2 cats. Back to you, opponent. Well, they're an Epicure. Combat. No attacks. All right, back to us. I think it's probably, even though I shock myself, it's probably better to just get this boat on board right now. Or is it better to a Crow and War steal something? I don't know. Don't know. See, like, if I play boat, I just kill a thing, and then I can keep killing a thing every turn after that. All right, let's play boat. Boat. Kill Swift Spear. And then we will just pass. Thrill Seeker is definitely a card I slept on during spoiler season, but it's actually 80% nuts. I don't know how nuts it is. Stoking us. Very well. Nah, it's not nuts. It's just fine. It's okay. So it's just straight up, it's Gruul burn is what this deck is. Combat. Attacking with everything. All right, I'm not going to crew because I need to just prevent as much damage as possible. So if they have a Atarka's Command here and they trade with all of our cats, then so be it. No, we're at 7. They have to have something. That attack is horrible if they don't have something. Oh, Forge Devil to kill a cat token? Sure. Gleeful Demolition, making a bunch of guys. All right, so I can go Bone Crusher, play Bone Crusher, crew Sky Sovereign, attack, kill one thing, and have 1 blocker on defense. Stomp, I guess a Goblin token. Then cast Bone Crusher. Like, whether I attack with Sky Sovereign or I don't, I guess no, I attack with Atarka's Chariot and make a token that's blocking, and then I still have 2 defense guys. Although this is worse if they just Surge a Bushwhacker. I don't know. No, they can't Surge a Bushwhacker because they need another card. So Atarka's Command would be 4, and then I block 2 and I take lethal. But that happens regardless of whether I attack or not. So crew this with Bone Crusher. If I Sky Sovereign kill 1, then I block 1, and I'm taking the same amount. Yeah, so it's fine. I guess Boat does more damage, so it's the same thing either way in that regard. Now, it's not the same thing because I make a cat token as opposed to not making one. So yeah, crew, tap this, combat, swing, target the cat. All right, we have 2 blockers. If they drew Atarka's Command, we die. Swift Spear. All right, they did not draw Atarka's Command. Swing everything, block here, block here. We're at 4, we die to Stoke the Flames. Do I have lethal? Animate Mutavault, 4, 6, 10? Or Animate Mutavault, crew Sky Sovereign, 6, 12? Yeah, I do. Animate Mutavault, crew Sky Sovereign, 6, 10, 14. Yeah, okay. We go to combat, swing, swing, swing. All right. I don't know how good Sky Sovereign is because they go so wide. Canker Bloom would be good if we go turn 1 elf and they just kill it with Forge Devil. Also, our elves get even worse with Forge Devil in their deck now. So cut 2 of these, bring in Canker Blooms. And then probably, as this one being expensive, bring in another Canker Bloom. Just as another creature to block their stuff. Let's run that. No green mana. No green mana, but we do have Bone Crusher and Thrill Seeker. And multiple Mutavaults. I think it's keepable. All right, let's keep. Opponent mulls to 5. Copperline, Gorge, Epicure. All right, Den, go. All right, no haste creatures. I like to see that. 18. Second land. Burning Tree. Implement of Combustion. Sack Implement. Sure. Well, there's Forest, but I'm just going to Bone Crusher now. So back to you, opponent. Actually, I shouldn't have passed, because if they have Atarka's Command, this survives that. All right, I guess we'll try it. They do have Atarka's Command. F me. All right. Yeah, that might cost me the game. Another Burning Tree. Oh my god, is this Bushwhacker turn? No, Implement. Still bad, but not like horrendous. Tap land, no attacks. All right, what am I doing here? Reckless plus Elf. Reckless Elf, I cannot afford to attack on this board, so just pass. Oh, I should have, I'm so dumb. Haste this Elf, cast another Elf. I'm just getting flustered, and yeah. One bad decision into another. Okay. Calm down, reassess, we're okay. Roast our haste dude. Swing there. All right, block here, block here. We're at 6. At least they don't have anything else. Land. So Stormseeker, play Elf. I think I can start attacking at this point. So combat, trigger on the Elf. And I'm just going to attack with Bone Crusher. And then post-combat, play Cankerbloom. All right, 2 blockers. They have 2 cards. Land. Stoke the Flames on us. Oh yeah, that not Bone Crushing at the right time really cost me. Okay, what am I doing? I need to have enough black to block this and block the Den. So what's the most mana efficient thing to do here? Cankerbloom, Elf, haste this one, and then attack with this one, this one. So let's see, land does not kill me. Any burn spell kills me, so I may as well attack with as much as I can. Am I supposed to blow up this blood token? I guess it gives them fewer shots at finding an answer if they don't find one off the top. I guess I am supposed to shoot this blood token. All right, so combat, trigger, haste the Cankerbloom, and then swing, swing, swing. If I attack here, then I have Mutavault plus Llanowar plus Elvish Mystic to block with. Okay, well this puts them, if they don't block this, this puts them to 6. If they do block it, it puts them to 9. I should attack here. Like what one card can they draw off the top that's not a burn spell that kills us if we have 2 blockers? Like, let's just swing like this. Blocks that one, sure. Damage, and then let's blow up the blood token so that they so they have 1 fewer hit. All right, card off the top. What is it? All right, we got there. Made multiple mistakes that game. Anyways, that is Gruul Vehicles. It seems like it's a deck that preys on other aggro decks. Like, it has big, beefy creatures that are hard for them to attack into, one of which is Bone Crusher Giant that can kill their stuff. Also, Voldaren can trade with their stuff. Chariot puts out 2 blockers. Crowan War steals their stuff and then eventually forces them to attack into you and then kills all their guys. And of course, main deck Boats also kills their guys. And because Reckless Stormseeker gives haste, sometimes you can just race them, make more tokens with the Chariot. And it beats other aggro decks while simultaneously also being fast enough that it can race non-aggro decks. I'm not sure how I feel about Hand War Battlements. I never used it, and it was never a problem for our mana, although that could just be, you know, we only played 5 games, so I would need more data. But I am always wary of seeing so many colorless lands. Like, we have 4 Mutavaults here, and then Hand War Battlements is the 5th one, meaning also the 2nd copy of Beseiju. So there's lots of potentially problematic hands that we can have based on our lands. Hands that lack mana for Llanowar Elves. Hands where the only color source you have is Karplusan Forest and you have to damage yourself for it. So I don't know. You'd have to look at the numbers here. You'd have to play a ton of games to see how this works out. But otherwise, I think the main deck is pretty solid. I'm not the biggest fan of a Crowan War, though. I think this card's the weakest card in the deck. It's obviously good in certain circumstances, but there's lots of circumstances where it's not good. It's never good when you're on the back foot, unless you're on the back foot specifically because your opponent has one certain creature that is killing you. And there's matchups where it's also just not great either, but it's probably fine. But anyways, that brings us to the end of the Gruul Vehicles League.